The emotional weight of a breakup. Breakups are brutal, especially when you're young. Why? Because that relationship isn't just a part of your life. It is your life. It's the whole future you've built in your head. Sure, you know there are other people out there, but it doesn't feel that way. Feels like the world is collapsing. Your brain has to process that this person who was so central to your reality is gone, not just from your daily life but from your map of time and space. Social media's role in prolonging pain. This used to be easier in a way. Back in the day, you could take the phone off the hook, avoid their street, and that was it. You'd force yourself to move on. But now, social media keeps them right there. You can check their profile, see what they're up to, hear about them through the grapevine. It's like the wound keeps getting reopened. The person hasn't vanished, they're still present, haunting your digital periphery. And that's why love, the loss of love, and even grief over death feels so eerily similar. They're tied to the same motivational core, a deep, primal sense of attachment being ripped away. The urge to reconnect and gender differences. It's no wonder it's so hard not to reach out to someone you miss, someone you want back. Your brain is screaming that they're still there, just out of reach. I came across a study recently that really stuck with me. Researchers asked people to rate the emotional and physical pain of a breakup. They found that women tend to feel the hit harder, reporting higher levels of both kinds of pain. But here's the twist. Women also tend to recover more fully over time. Men, on the other hand, rarely bounce back completely. I found that fascinating. It rang true to my own experiences and what I've seen in others, though I wasn't entirely sure why at first. Emotional processing as the key. The more I thought about it, the more it seemed to boil down to how we handle emotions, how comfortable we are feeling them. This applies to breakups, trauma, grief, all of it. The faster someone can face the full depth of those feelings, the raw sadness, the loss, the quicker they move through it. But a lot of us don't do that. We distract ourselves. We turn to anger, avoidance, alcohol, new partners, anything to not sit with the pain. The problem is that doesn't work. It just stretches the suffering out. The brain's map and the need for confrontation. Think of it like this. Your brain has this internal map, space, time, closeness built around that person. A breakup shatters that map, but avoidance keeps it intact, like you're pretending the pieces still fit. The only way to heal is to confront the reality. They're gone. The food on the other side of the wall isn't there anymore, or there's a barrier you can't cross. You see this in animal studies, actually. It's tough to watch an animal will bash itself against a wall, injuring itself, just to reach something it's desperate for. People do that too post-breakup. They perseverate, talking endlessly about it, dissecting what went wrong. Some of that reflection is healthy, too much just keeps you stuck. Why some recover better. So why might one group say women recover more fully? It could be about their willingness to feel the intensity of the sadness and not shy away from it. From a young age, many of us, men and women alike, learn to pack down our feelings. We're taught top-down control, the forebrain overriding the autonomic nervous system. It's like forcing yourself to jump off the high dive or speak in public despite the fear. Grief, though. That's pure autonomic arousal, high energy, negative valence. You're alert, aroused, and sad. We learn to tamp it down, lower the heart rate, go to work, function like nothing's wrong. Anything but sobbing into a pillow. The illusion of progress and true healing. I've been there. After a breakup, I channeled the sadness into working 10 times harder, focusing like a laser. It felt productive, like I was moving forward. You get the rewards of effort, the praise, the progress. But it's an illusion. You haven't remapped that internal sense of closeness. Years later, you're exhausted, wondering why life feels off, and it hits you. You never let yourself feel the loss. Once you do, it's like turning a valve. The pressure releases and you can finally start to rebuild. Practical steps to move forward. So how do you actually do this? First, cut the digital cord, mute them, unfollow, give your brain a break from the reminders. Second, feel it, set aside time to sit with the sadness, whether it's crying, writing, or talking it out with someone you trust. It won't kill you, it'll free you. Third, rebuild slowly, start small with new routines, new places that aren't tied to them. Research shows habit formation takes about 66 days, so give yourself grace. Finally, don't rush the process. There's no shortcut through grief, breakup, or otherwise. But every step you take, every moment you choose to face instead of flee, rewires that map a little more. You're not erasing them, you're making space for you. The power of community and healing. And here's something else. You don't have to face it alone. Community, friends, family, even a random support group can pull you through when you're drowning. Talking it out doesn't just vent, it validates. Someone saying, "I get it," or "that sucks," reminds you you're not crazy for feeling this way. Studies show social support boosts resilience, cutting recovery time after loss. It's why women might heal faster, they're more likely to reach out. But it's not just for women. I've seen guys open up over beers or a late-night call and come out lighter. Isolation feeds the pain, connection starves it. You don't need a crowd, just one person who listens can redraw that map's edges, showing you there's life beyond the blank spots.